Have you ever been the worst at something you desperately wanted to be good at? David Chen knew that feeling well. For 8 months, he had worked as a real estate agent at Morrison Real Estate in Chicago, and for 8 months, he had sat at the very bottom of the sales board. 23 agents. David was number 23. He watched his colleagues close deals like it was easy. He watched Marcus Webb, 3 desks away, close 8 to 12 deals every single month without seeming to break a sweat. Meanwhile, David had closed exactly 2 deals in 8 months. One was his uncle buying an apartment. The other was pure luck. It wasn't for lack of effort. David made 60 cold calls a day. He sent hundreds of emails. He showed up to every networking event in the city. He worked harder than almost anyone in that office, and had almost nothing to show for it. Then came the conversation with his boss. David, I like you. You work hard. But hard work without results doesn't pay the bills. I need to see real improvement, or we'll need to have a different conversation. That night, David sat alone in his car in the parking lot, staring at his bank statement. He had maybe 2 months of rent left. He thought about quitting, going back to IT support where at least things were stable. But he couldn't bring himself to do it. Instead, he opened his phone's notes app and typed one question: what does Marcus do that I don't? He decided to find out, not by asking but by watching. David spent the next 90 days observing Marcus like a scientist. He took notes. He filled 3 notebooks. And slowly, a picture emerged. The first thing he noticed was how Marcus handled new leads. When an inquiry came in, David would call immediately, eager and pitching within seconds. Marcus waited, sometimes hours, sometimes until the next day. And when he called, he didn't mention properties at all. Hi, this is Marcus from Morrison. Before I send you anything, can I ask what's driving your search right now? Then Marcus would listen. 5 minutes. 10. Sometimes 15. David had been trying to sell from the first word. Marcus was trying to understand first. The second thing was how Marcus prepared for showings. David would line up 5 or 6 properties in a day, hoping one would stick. Marcus showed 3 at most, sometimes just 1, but he spent an hour researching each client beforehand. For a client who mentioned loving to cook, Marcus highlighted the kitchen renovation and the farmer's market 3 blocks away. For a client who worked from home, he pointed out the natural light and the quiet study nook. Small details, but they landed differently than a list of features ever could. The third thing came in week 4, and it hit David hard. He watched Marcus close a deal on a client David himself had tried to close weeks earlier. Same client, same property, same price. The client had told David, I'll think about it. With Marcus, they signed the same day. David sat in his car for an hour that night. The truth settled over him slowly, then all at once. He wasn't failing because he worked less hard. He was failing because he was working hard at the wrong things. Marcus wasn't better at selling. He was better at serving. And David had been so focused on his commission that he had forgotten there was a real human being on the other side of every deal. Over those 90 days, David distilled everything he observed into 5 principles. 1. Listen more than you speak. David timed Marcus on calls. Marcus spoke 30% of the time. The client spoke 70%. David had been doing the opposite, filling silence, pitching, broadcasting. He started asking questions and actually listening to the answers. Within 2 weeks, clients began saying something he had never heard before: you really get it. 2. Categorize leads, but never ignore anyone. Marcus divided his pipeline into 2 groups: buyers ready to move within 90 days, and future buyers who were still researching or saving. Ready buyers got his full attention. Future buyers got a light, consistent touch, a monthly market update, an occasional helpful article, a friendly check-in every 6 weeks. No pressure, just presence. David once asked him why he bothered with people who weren't ready to buy. Marcus smiled. Because in 6 months, when they are ready, they'll remember I helped them when I had nothing to gain, and they'll call me first. David watched it happen. A woman who had been on Marcus's future buyer list for 8 months called out of nowhere. She'd gotten a promotion. She was ready. She worked exclusively with Marcus and bought a $400,000 condo. He earned over $12,000 from someone most agents would have written off. 3. Solve problems, don't push products. David used to say, "This condo is beautiful, great price, you should buy it." Marcus would say, "You mentioned your commute is exhausting. This place is 12 minutes from your office. Let me show you the route." Before every showing, David started writing down one question. What problem does this client need solved? Then he built his entire presentation around the answer. Clients stopped seeing him as a salesman and started seeing him as someone on their side. 4. Follow up consistently. After a showing, David used to wait for clients to call him back. They never did. Marcus had a system: a text the day after, an email on day 3, a call on day 7, a new property suggestion on day 14. He stayed present without being pushy. David built the same system. 3 deals he thought were dead came back to life. 5. Help people even when there's no money in it. A client once told Marcus they couldn't afford anything in the neighborhood they wanted. Marcus spent an hour helping them understand their financing options, connected them with a mortgage broker, and suggested nearby areas they hadn't considered. David asked him if he was worried they'd just go work with someone else. "Maybe," Marcus said, "but they'll remember I helped them when I didn't have to." Months later, that same client sent Marcus 3 referrals. All 3 closed. David started applying these principles the next day. The first month felt awkward. He kept catching himself slipping into old habits, talking too much, rushing, pushing. But he slowed down. He listened. He focused on the person in front of him instead of the commission behind them. He closed 1 deal that month. Small, but it was the first real solo deal he'd had in months. The second month, it started feeling natural. He closed 3 deals. His ranking crept up, 23rd, then 20th, then 18th. His boss stopped giving him warning looks and started giving him nods. The 3rd month brought the breakthrough. David closed 6 deals and received his first real referrals. Clients who told their friends, "Work with David. He actually listens." His ranking jumped to 9th. One afternoon, Marcus walked over to his desk. "You've been watching me," he said. David froze. "Yeah. Sorry if that was weird." Marcus laughed. "Don't apologize. Most people are too proud to learn. You're doing great. Keep going." That moment meant more to David than any commission check. In the 12 months that followed, David closed over 40 deals. He climbed to 4th in the office. His income went from barely surviving to genuinely thriving. But more than the numbers, something else had changed. He loved the work now, because he wasn't just selling real estate anymore. He was helping people make one of the biggest decisions of their lives. The 5 principles that got him there weren't secrets. They weren't clever tricks or hidden knowledge. They were the fundamentals, the basics that everyone had access to and almost no one bothered to master. David didn't need Marcus to hand him a formula. He just needed to stop assuming he already had all the answers and start paying attention to what was working right in front of him. The blueprint for success is rarely hidden. Most of the time, it's already being demonstrated by the people around you.